Hey everybody, Lucky Luckitude here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be starting a new series on my channel called On The Spot, where we compare two games on some of their ups and downs, why they were successful, and etc. In this first episode of On The Spot, we're going to be comparing Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World. Two games that are very related, and some of their new things that they added, or some differences that each games have. So I hope you guys will enjoy this first episode on The Spot. And let's get to start. Now this new series On The Spot is also going to be sort of like my series called Luckitude Expects. I'm going to have different topics for different things. The only difference is I'm not going to be predicting or expecting anything. I'm just going to be comparing the games, discussing their differences, their ups and downs, and etc. So let's head on to our first topic. Topic 1. Devices. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Lucky Luckitude, why is this even a topic? We all know that Super Mario 3D Land was on the 3DS, and we all know that Super Mario 3D World was on the Wii U. Now, here's why I created this topic. The reason is, the amount of devices that Nintendo sold will affect the game. For example, the Wii U has sold 102.53 million copies worldwide. The 3DS has sold 335 million copies worldwide. Now, Super Mario 3D Land has sold 12.22 million copies, and Super Mario 3D World has sold 5.8 million. Now see, this is why I created this topic. You can see the huge difference of games and devices sold. Now just because Super Mario 3D Land has sold more copies than Super Mario 3D World, we can't assume yet that it's better than Super Mario 3D World. So let's just head into our second topic. Topic 2. Gameplay. So for this topic, I have to make sure that the levels are new and aren't repetitive. They have different level designs, new gameplay, and are they not upgraded or not from the previous level? Still confused? Here, let me make this more clear. In both 3D Land and 3D World, there's these things called special worlds, and at least 3D World only has one special world. In 3D Land, they have 8 special worlds, and these special worlds are basically upgraded versions of their previous 8 worlds, which have more difficult levels, more challenging levels, more puzzles, and etc. And obviously, since 3D Land has 8 special worlds and 3D World only has 1, 3D Land is supposed to basically have, more at least repetitive and some new game designs in their special worlds, since they have 8 of them. In a nutshell, I'm trying to say is that 3D Land is probably going to have some really repetitive level designs, while 3D World isn't, because 3D World has 1 special world and 3D Land has 8 special worlds. So basically 3D Land has more repetitive level designs and 3D World doesn't have that much repetitive level designs. But here's another explanation. Both 3D Land and 3D World have really creative level designs, I have to admit that. But sometimes the level backgrounds and the level in general, like I said, are very repetitive. And like I said before, 3D Land has a disadvantage on this. Now I'm not going to include the special worlds in this. I'm just going to talk about the 8 normal worlds. Now every single time you play a 3D Land world, they always have to bring something new to the table, obviously. So what do? They just get the same background from the previous levels or something like that, or they just create a new level in general. But if they're getting the same backgrounds, and then they just upgrade the level a bit to make it more new and more, difficult. Now I don't have a problem with this because I love 3D Land. I personally prefer this game than 3D World. But I'm not gonna be biased about this video. I'm trying to be 100% by my opinions and facts, But with 3D World, they always have to bring something new to the table. They don't do that often. Yes, I gotta admit, they do it, not as often as 3D Land. Here's my thing, that the Wii U is a console, obviously, and the 3DS is a handheld. So I have to admit, yes, the 3D Land has to obviously copy a few backgrounds from other levels, because it's on a handheld, can't handle that much things as a console could. So yeah, that's one defense thing. But besides that, 3D World always has something new to the table. Like that one level in World 6, fuzzy something mines, right? It's such a creative level. You're escaping from these fuzzy guys, and like you have to escape in time for you can complete the whole level. Now that's a really creative level design. 3D Land also has some really creative level designs, but my point is they always use the same backgrounds multiple times, or they just upgrade from their previous levels, which isn't that fun if you really think about it, but it's still a really good game experience. Anyways, let's head into our third topic. Topic 3, bosses. So the best way I think I can begin with this topic is to obviously destroy the Super Mario 3D Land bosses, because they're plain, stupid, and boring! Well, except the final fight with Bowser, that was a really fun boss fight. But basically, in a nutshell, every single Super Mario 3D Land boss is boring. Now, I say it's boring because there's only 3 bosses in the game. Bowser, which is multiple fights with him, but besides the final one, every single fight with Bowser is basically repetitive, really basically the same in a nutshell. And the other 2 bosses, Boom Boom and Pom Pom, the most boring bosses in the whole game. Now you can think of any boss, any simple boss fight. I think the first boss that anybody can think of is Boom Boom and Pom Pom. These 2 are the most easiest and boring bosses in any single Mario game ever. I mean, like, ever. Now, enough about Super Mario 3D Land bosses. Let's move on to Super Mario 3D World bosses. And man, every single boss is good, excluding Pom Pom and Boom Boom, since I can't change my mind about that. They're super boring bosses, but you rarely fight them anyways. My point is that Super Mario 3D World bosses are 10 times better than Super Mario 3D Land bosses. For example, there's this one boss fight in Super Mario 3D World where you're fighting this giant boulder-like creature thing, and every time he uses his spin attack, he gets dizzy, right? So he falls on the ground. And there's a quick time where there's like 3 boulders, and you have to pick them up and throw it at him. It's actually really cool. I mean, I make it sound boring, but it's a very interesting boss fight. And it's also like this little dragon one right here. There's 3 dragons gonna come up like these, and then you have to jump on their heads on these little plate things, and then you have to jump on the big fat dragon guy. It's a really dope boss fight. It's pretty easy, like 3D Land's boss fights. But anyways, my point is that 3D World has an advantage here when it comes to boss fights. They're unique, creative, and awesome. Now let's just get into our 4th topic. Topic 4, final level. Now, I said earlier in the video I'm going to try not to be biased. Well, sorry, but I might be a little bit biased on this topic. Champions Road, World 8 Crown, these are the true and real final levels of 3D World and 3D Land. But these levels, you need a certain way to unlock them. And I'll tell you how to unlock them, and see which one is just better overall, and which one's harder to unlock. Let's get the hard part out of the way. The way to unlock the final level in Super Mario 3D Land is to touch the top of the flagpole every single level, complete the whole game as Mario and Luigi, and get every single star medal in every single level. Now that might be a little bit complicated, but remember, if you get everything on your first try, that means you can just beat the whole game twice and don't have to visit the old levels that you missed on the top of the flagpole, or you missed some star medals throughout your way. Now, to unlock the final level in 3D World, you need to get every single green star, every single stamp, and get the top of the flagpole in every single level. If there's one advantage that 3D World has than 3D Land, is that you don't have to beat the whole game with every single character, since there's like 5 or 4 characters in the game. That'd be really annoying. You have to beat the game 4 or 5 times, but luckily you only have to collect 3 of everything with just 1 character. And to be honest, I kind of prefer 3D Land than 3D World on this, just because you have to beat the game twice, and for 3D World you have to collect more things. For 3D Land you'll have to collect star medals and on top of the flagpole. Just 3D World's a bit more complicated, to be honest. Now this last level for 3D World, well, it's mostly meant to be speedrun, obviously, and like it mostly feels like a final level, because on 3D Land it just feels like a normal level because it has the first like music from the first level in the whole game, which mostly makes it feel like a level and instead of like a final level and whatever. But the design of it, yes, I love it. I love it. Like, it's a really challenging level without the Tanuki suit. Parkour everywhere, dude. Next level parkour. But like, it has this mini boss fight with Boom Boom and Pom Pom. Pretty easy boss fight. But like 3D Worlds, the music is amazing. It feels like you're in like Super Mario Galaxy, something like that, which makes it feel really cool, to be honest. But like, if you want my biased opinion, I think 3D World has this advantage. But with the facts from the video, like I said, I'm trying not to be biased or whatever. I'm gonna still go with 3D Land. 3D Land is just, my opinion, is just really good. I love the design of this level, and like I said, I think it has a bit more of a challenge than 3D World because like it has some pretty difficult jumps here and there. And with 3D World, all the platforms are pretty wide and whatever, pretty simple, easy jumps. It's like 100% landing, trust me. And like, it doesn't have this little platforming section like you have this part on your screen right now, where you're going on these rails on this little thing, like this little like platform thing you're controlling. And with 3D World's final level, I like it as well. The music is amazing, it goes perfectly with the level. I just think 3D Land has the advantage over this 3D World final level. Final opinion. Alright, for the first winner of On the Spot, the first game winner of On the Spot goes to, well, actually, before we decide, let's see what I said on my other topics, and we're just gonna give by like a point system rating. On my first topic, we proved that Super Mario 3D Land and the 3DS got more sales than the Wii U and Super Mario 3D World, and it says that 95% of Google users enjoyed and liked Super Mario 3D World, and 96% of Google users enjoyed and liked Super Mario 3D Land. I'm not going by votes or anything, but I personally am part of that 96% of Super Mario 3D Land, so the first point goes to Super Mario 3D Land. On my second topic for gameplay, we were talking about if 3D World and 3D Land had some sort of like, you know, parts where the levels were repeating or the level designs just looked the same and just got boring and old. And I was saying that Super Mario 3D Land had this problem. It always somehow made the levels look the same, repetitive and whatever, especially for the special worlds. They were just upgraded versions of the normal levels. And what I said for 3D World, the levels were just amazing. Half of them weren't even repetitive. It was just so good. So for topic 2, the point goes to Super Mario 3D World. For topic 3, we were talking about how creative and fun and challenging the bosses were, and we came to the conclusion that Super Mario 3D Land bosses were really boring, since half of them were just Boom Boom and Pom Pom, and the Bowser boss fights are sometimes repetitive, except the final one, since that's like the only good and fun Bowser boss fight. And the dry Bowser boss fights, they're basically the same normal Bowser boss fights. So with Super Mario 3D World, the bosses there were amazing. So much creativity has gone into them. We can see how hard Nintendo worked on them, even though they were still easy like 3D Land bosses. And like I just said, they're really simple and easy, but they're really creative, really fun to challenge them and battle them. So this point also goes to Super Mario 3D World. For my fourth topic, we were talking about which final level was better. The final level of Super Mario 3D Land or the final level in Super Mario 3D World. And we came to the conclusion that the final level of Super Mario 3D Land is better. So it looks like both games are in a tie by 2-2. So the only and good way to solve this is by asking you guys on my Discord server. The results came in when I asked you guys if 3D Land or 3D World was better. And we came into another situation that's kind of bad. Here's why. It was a tie. So the only thing, I became really desperate to know which game was better by opinions from you guys. So I went to other Discord servers, like Fearsome Fires. And it was still a tie. So the next Discord server I went into was Nathaniel Bandies. Not so much of a tie anymore. 3D World got 7 votes now, and 3D Land has 4 votes now. But then, I got 2 more votes from my Discord server. Yeah, not so much of a tie anymore either. They both voted for 3D World, which means they got 9 votes for 3D World and 4 votes for 3D Land. I'm sorry guys, but it looks like 3D World wins the first episode of On the Spot. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys haven't already, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe if you are new. It'll mean a lot to me. We're almost to 100 subscribers, which is so awesome. Right now, when this video is released, we're at 75 subscribers. So I don't know if we'll get to 80 or something. So my point is that in such a short amount of time, I've grown such an amazing fan base. You guys are so cool. You guys are just amazing. The support has just been unreal these past 2 or month and a half, something like that. But I just hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys already, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe if you're new. I hope you guys also had a wonderful day. And Lucky 2 out.